Pocono Raceway. I'm about to do that. That's it. That's all I got. It's time to make this kitty purr.
That's what I like to see. Frank, what kind of BS is this?
I know, right? If you ain't first, you're last. Gotta catch them all, folks.
Coming in again. There he is, he's coming. And the race is over. Our boy Mash over here just got out of his stock car. He just did, how many laps was it?
So it was an 8-lap experience for the stock car experience at Pocono Raceway. That's about 20 miles around the track.
So 8 freaking laps. Mash, tell us, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I had a common experience with someone when we were coming out of the cars to sign out, that your hand is shaking. You're not really used to that level of speed. You don't drive around, you don't drive around like 150 miles per hour in the streets. So that was the first time for me. I'm exhilarated, I'm excited, and honestly, I'm thinking about doing this again for sure.
Well, you know that me and our boy Frank behind the camera over there, thank you, by the way, Frank, for helping us out, are going to be with you again. Hopefully, maybe even my cousin-in-law. I did tease him a little bit. I took a picture of that M&M car, and I sent it to him, and I said, hey, guess where I am? So we'll see if what'll happen next time. So you were going 150 miles an hour?
So the cars tap out at about 150 to 160 miles per hour. Now here's the thing. It really depends on how closely you could follow the professional in the front, because the way that this works is it's set up, there's a professional in the front and there's 2 students in the back. You're running in a group of 3 around the track, and if you could follow the professional close enough, he's driving the fastest out of you 3, so you could really push the car to about 160 miles per hour, which again, I mean, most people, especially watching at home, most of us have not even crossed 100. So it's definitely a unique experience. This is a beautiful racetrack. It's massive. When you get here, the scale is just like, it's like you're in a city or something. So definitely, I would recommend checking out Pocono. Make this a trip, come out. Stock car racing experience at Pocono Raceway.
100%. Now, not only do you get to jump in your car, your stock car, which, by the way, you were number 25. You guys will see that in the footage, obviously. But also, they take pictures of you and even footage of you inside the car. So tell us your thoughts on that.
Yeah, it's like a whole package experience. So you don't have to do all of that if you want to. If you just want to get in, you sit through an instruction period about like 30 to 40 minutes. They'll give you driver safety information. Then they strap you in and you're pretty much going. After you get out, like Zero was saying, you can get your in-car cam footage. It is $100 extra, and you can get photos as well. They have tons of merchandise, but even if you don't want to do that, it's still worth it just to get to say that, like, hey, you put some laps down on this track, which this is pretty much my favorite racetrack, so getting to say that I did that is a huge bucket list win for me.
Excellent. Now, explain to us how it felt being in that stock car. A lot of us are used to being in a regular car. Stock cars are very different. They're very minimalistic on the inside. So explain to us, how does it feel to be inside of a stock car?
So when you're inside of the stock car, all the luxuries of your common passenger car are gone. Essentially, you're sitting in a big metal tin box, and it's really hot. It's very claustrophobic because they have to strap you in with a Hans device with full harness. Your helmet is really tight, but it's just an interesting experience. You could almost think about it if like you're like an astronaut, like getting ready to like launch off, you know? They got to get strapped in. They want to make sure that their body is not moving. Their body is essentially one with the car, you know? So it's also really hot. I would say if you ever want to prepare for this, go to the beach in the middle of the summer while wearing a cardigan sweater and long sweatpants. That's going to prepare you for the heat that you're going to have to deal with out here in the car. I think that's one thing I would like for the future. Maybe if your cousin-in-law Mario wants to come out with us as well, maybe we should do this in the spring. But but this was still fantastic. So that's what it's like to be in the car.
Now, how about driving the car? Are there any real differences between driving a stock car and a regular car?
So I think that these cars, because this is an open to the public experience, are a little bit tweaked from what the NASCAR style stock cars are. So they're probably a little bit safer, a little bit better handling, and also we're not running as fast as NASCAR. We're going just about 50 miles per hour slower. So that does end up making the car a little bit more stable. But I still notice the differences. Like, you get in your car, your steering wheel is very smooth. Here, it's like it can be like a constant adjustment sometimes. Some of the turns coming out, the car really wanted to go away from me, go a little bit lower, go a little bit high. So I had to do like a quick adjustment, which thankfully iRacing and race simulators have prepared me for. Again, it's incredibly fast. I was really surprised that I didn't feel the G's quite as bad. That was the worst thing that I was anticipating, was when you're going 150 whatever miles per hour, you're really getting sucked into the seat, so it might be kind of like an intense feeling, but I didn't feel that at all. Maybe it was all the adrenaline pumping. And then the one thing I will say though is, and this messed me up, is when you're taking those turns, you are so tempted to hit the brake or to do something. It doesn't feel natural to go into a turn that fast. Again, I've done this before in the virtual world, but in the real world, I'm not physically used to that. That was really hard to adjust to. Yeah, those turns, I'm never gonna forget the feeling, that terror of going into turn one. It's incredible, but yeah, that's what it's like.
You're talking about that the turns felt crazy. How crazy? How did it feel physically or mentally?
You have this terror of oh my God, what am I doing? If I don't hit the brake right now, if I don't slam the brake, I'm going straight into the wall. But again, these cars really stick to the track. And once you notice the person in front of you, the instructor or professional, is using basically the same car as you. So they're going faster, so you can do it too. You just have to follow a very specific line. They have these markings on the road. They have cones on the side. You got to be very visually aware and mindful of what's going on. But yeah, I mean, absolute terror. The first time you come into turn one, and I've heard that turn one at Pocono is really tough, but I really like turn three. Turn two is the most mellow. It was not even a thing, but yeah, no, absolute terror coming into those turns, I gotta say.
Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to handle that. I don't even have my license yet, but that does sound quite terrifying. Any final thoughts on your experience here at the Pocono Raceway?
Really not. I just want to thank, racetracks like this for giving the public an opportunity to do something like this. I mean, again, this is all paid for and stuff, but just the fact that they opened their doors and they let you do this, where else are you going to go racing at 150 plus miles per hour? So that's all I really got to say. Like I said, I'll definitely want to do it again. I was thinking maybe next time I'll do more laps, because it goes by quick. There's a 3-lap experience, an 8-lap experience, and then it just goes on after that. But it was an instant, and I'm oh, he's already waving the checkered flag. The guy at the flag stand area, he's already waving the checkered flag. That means it's over. It's time to get ready to stop. So it just goes by really quick. Again, Pocono Raceway, Long Pond, Pennsylvania. This is my favorite racetrack. I've been here couple of times before, but this is literally the first time I got to drive around it, and I couldn't be happier.
Excellent. Well, thanks everyone back at home for watching. If you guys like this video, slap the like button, mash the subscribe button, and let us know. Have you come to the Pocono Raceway? Have you driven on it like Mash over here has? Have you guys seen any NASCAR races here? Let us know. We'd like to talk to you about it.